Welcome to Last Time Online. This episode is brought to you by Dogmu Games, my very own game studio. I'm currently working on my first game called Wake Out of Twilight. Wake Out of Twilight is a 2D platformer game based in a futuristic dystopia where nearly all parts of life are automated. Life couldn't get any easier, but the price to pay was more than anybody agreed to. Navigate through traps, obstacles, and puzzles in order to save everybody from the nightmare. If you would like to be the first to know when I have updates or when the game is releasing, you can go to Steam and wishlist the game. Now, let's get on with the episode. What's up, gamers? This is Last Time Online. Welcome to the podcast where nerds talk about nerdy things. I am your, host. My name is George, and today we're joined by Max.
Hello.
We have Justin.
Hello.
And Jonathan.
How's it going?
Small squad today, but boy, are we passionate about nerdy stuff. I usually start our nerd report off.
Are we?
So
sarcasm.
I normally, yes, we're passionate. If the audience hasn't told, you can't tell by now by how much we talk about Star Wars, or I think last episode we went on for like an hour and a half about free games, trying to get free games. But yeah. Anyway, we usually start off this podcast with our nerd report, which is basically we like to share what we've been doing in the last week, especially if it pertains to anything nerdy. And I usually start this off, and this week I have been actually settled in for you video watchers. You can see that I'm in a new space today. I've recently moved and it's blank right now, but maybe you can see, things grow and like nerdy things show up in the background as time goes on. That's gonna be like my trick. I'm gonna try to put like an Easter egg new thing in the background every week. Maybe that'll be like something funny to do.
It'll be like, not to cut you off, it'll be like my mom used to watch the show with Wayne Brady, where, what is it called? Pressure, like, where they have like these certain things on Twitter and be like, what was in George's background today?
Yeah. There's a show, Silicon Valley too, where like it seems like every episode they had like a different variation of their intro song too, and they had like a little Easter egg or like a little teaser from like something that's happening in the real world, in the tech world. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that sounds fun. I'm gonna try to do something like that. But the only thing nerdy that I really got a chance to do was I actually downloaded Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I started playing that, and boy is that game fun. And I would say that it's probably the funnest. It's considered a Borderlands spin-off, so I'll kind of compare it to Borderlands, but it's the funnest Borderlands like game that I've played from them, and I like some of their games already, but this is probably the most fun I've had playing one of their games. So like I said, we brought this up before. I think we should all play it. It's a load of fun. Rolling dice. You don't actually roll dice in there, but there's like the theme of it, and it's super sarcastic and funny. So it's a load of fun. But anyway, yep, that was my nerd report. That's basically all I had a chance to do. But I did play a lot though. I know my report's really short, but I played a lot during the last week. But anyway, we can move on. So how about let's go to Max? Do you have anything to share?
I'll keep mine simple so I don't repeat myself from last week. Played some Horizon, some Battlefield. I don't really change games too much until I'm done with them, and it takes me forever to finish them. But a couple days ago, I stayed after work and I experienced Morbius.
No way.
Yes, I did.
Is it a
And it was special.
special movie?
It was special.
That's what we wanted to hear. So Max, I don't know how hard or easy this is going to be, but convince the audience to go watch this movie, please.
Well, if anyone wants to watch it, to watch the credit sequences at the end and have them make sense to me, because I was completely lost on what was happening.
I did hear those end credit scenes were controversial. Is that?
They don't make any sense.
Just because they don't make sense?
No,
Is that why?
they don't make sense in context to what's happening.
Interesting.
Like they try to shoehorn them into Spider-Man, and it makes no sense.
How do you feel about Jared Leto's performance? Was it worth him and his reports of method acting?
He was fine. I didn't hate him.
Okay.
but it's not worth him having to use the crutches to like go to the bathroom and have wheelchairs and stuff like I was reading this week,
Yeah, for the
so he could stay in
listeners,
character.
I thought that was like a crazy story. If you want to be
Wait,
the one to
for
tell
reals?
the listeners, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, it's crazy. Go ahead, tell
So
me, Max.
apparently, because his character in the movie is like a cripple, so he
Yeah,
can walk around, but he needs
restricted.
those uh like arm crutch
Supports.
things.
Yeah.
And so to stay in character, you would use those to go all over the place. So when he had to take bathroom breaks, he would like use those to slowly make his way to the restroom. So they pretty much had to like make a deal with him as like, dude, can we just put you in a wheelchair and we'll push you to the bathroom? And that's I guess what they ended up having to do so he could still stay in character. And it would not take 45 minutes for him to pee.
I mean, it costs money, right? It costs money
Yeah.
to be waiting to be waiting that long. You're paying actors, you're paying camera crew,
No,
you're paying.
he needed to get the walking down.
I know.
And
make it look
yeah, like the so I noticed the Sony side of the Marvel stuff is starting to be like very repetitive. And it didn't occur to me till I was watching that movie that I realized in Venom, all he does is fight another Venom. And then in Let There Be Carnage, he just fights another Venom.
Hey, you're right.
And then in Morbius, his villain is another Morbius.
You know, you kind of
There's,
just. Oh yeah, go ahead.
To be fair, a lot of the early Marvel movies were like that too.
Well,
Like
they didn't
in
fight
the
their like
MCU.
their like evil twin.
Yeah, yeah. What Max
I
said sounds
mean,
like
Iron
super
Man did.
specific.
Well, that's one
Warmonger
movie.
was.
Yeah.
I mean,
You kinda just-
and the Hulk movie as well. Abomination was pretty much just like a alternate version of the Hulk. The Edward Norton one that no one speaks of.
I still like that movie. I don't care.
Oh, that's
I
one
do
haven't
too.
seen.
It gets a bad rap. I don't know why people think it's so bad.
But yeah, Morbius. I feel like they made a 3-hour movie that they cut down to like an hour 40.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how long it
Because-
was, so I was
No,
like, why is it 3
because
hours?
like no, like it's very bang bang
Choppy.
bang like the detectives do zero detective work in that movie.
Hmm.
And
They figure out everything.
they rush to they figure out their conclusions immediately. Like
They're
when they go,
genius.
it's Tyrese and some other actor. I don't know who the other guy is, but they're the two FBI guys, and they pop up on the first murder scene, and Tyrese's partner just looks at the body and says, "Oh, no blood, must be vampires."
Interesting. What the hell?
And that's when they introduced Blade.
And yeah, but yeah, and then I had the same issue I did with the first Venom. Like the end of the movie is just like shit flying all over the screen. It's all the same color. I could not really tell what was happening. So, yeah, it was not very good.
So I think I know what to expect if I go watch that movie. I do want to watch the movie. Will I still be entertained? Will I still find some
I
enjoyment
mean,
from
I
it?
was entertained because I was laughing a lot.
Okay, okay.
It's probably not the intention of the film for me to be laughing at that stuff, but I did, and you better go quick because no one's watching it. Because when I watched it, I was the only one in the theater.
You kind of pulled back the
Like
curtain
2
a little bit
weeks.
too much with the Venom stuff.
Oh, that's something I realized like halfway through the movie. I was like, wait, all these people are doing in these movies is like fighting their evil twins.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the way you sound it, it sounds like super obvious, and like in the instances that you're stating, they are like super obvious. You know, they're basically fighting like mirror images.
Yeah.
But if you think about like Captain America too, he's fighting like other super soldiers. Or no, I guess not that much, but I mean, Winter Soldier was
The
a
Red
super
Skull
soldier
was a
too.
super soldier as well.
Oh, he was? Oh, okay, so yeah, in the first two
Yeah.
Captain America movies, he fought like other super soldiers.
Yeah.
You said Iron Man 1. Yeah, I agree with that one.
And then
And kind of Iron Man too. He fought a bunch of Iron Man.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like those are just better done. I guess that I don't notice that
well,
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I only reason why I know about it is because it's kind of a thing that people have mentioned online and like memes and stuff.
Yeah, so 5 stars for Morbius.
5 stars.
Out of
5 stars
100,
for Morbius. 5 out of 5.
5
Must
out of
see.
5 out of 5.
Gotta see it.
Must see TV.
Must see. So that's all I have. I'll
I
keep
need
it short.
I need to watch it quick though, because if I don't see it quick, then it's gonna be competing with Doctor
Everything
Strange.
Actual
else the
good
next
Yeah,
couple
movies.
weeks.
exactly, and Sonic too. Yep, exactly. Um,
Oh yeah, Sonic.
yeah, I cannot wait for that one. We need to watch that one because we need to talk about movies in this, like actually
You
see
know what
like
we
new
could
movies
do?
in this podcast.
We could do a special podcast episode where we do like a riff tracks watch of Morbius.
No one wants to hear that. Plus, I also don't want to watch it again.
don't
But it's
please
five
don't.
stars.
But
That's true. It is a 5-star masterpiece.
okay, so how about Justin? What do you have for this week? Anything to share?
What I did this week was I played actually a lot of Kirby, like a lot of Kirby, like pretty much all of Saturday and most of Sunday. I played a lot of Kirby, and I feel like I still have not. I think I'm like 60% or like 55% way through, and I've just been trying to collect everything. And then I watched the Unreal demo or the state of Unreal. I watched that today because I forgot about it yesterday, and then I remembered to watch it. And then it made me kind of really want to download it, so I downloaded it and I started playing with it
Oh,
like
the
earlier
demo.
today.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I downloaded the Unreal Engine, and I was messing with it.
Oh, right, because when you download the engine, it comes like bundled with like the test game that's on it, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
can
It
do
was
that
a
or
test game, and it comes with a ton of tools. Well, we can get into that later.
yeah, I like started messing with it. Kind of had no idea what I was doing, but I realized I want to mess with it more. So,
Nice.
and then I realized like after watching through that, like back in the day, I used to play Fortnite, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna download it and realize that it looks way better on the new 5 engine, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow,
Fortnite, the pinnacle
Yeah,
of Unreal Engine.
yeah, yeah. Well,
did they
so
flip it? They flipped the 5 switch today or yesterday.
I think so. Well, I downloaded it today because I wanted to try it, but I know um, it just looks really good. But I also, when I was trying to Unreal, it my computer could not handle it, so I had
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering about.
to, because my computer is a little dated, so I had to stop so it wouldn't break my computer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, game engines are like one of the more stressful things that you could do on your computer, though. So I mean, it's not. It doesn't mean your computer sucks, but yeah, it's a how do you say it?
You need a lot of power.
Yeah, it's a heavy program to be running on a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need top parts across the board because it's like it puts stress on your GPU and your CPU, and like it just consumes everything. So if you don't have enough memory, if you don't have a powerful like if your video card sucks, the visuals are gonna make your computer crap out. If you don't have enough memory, it's gonna chug down and
Yeah,
then make your computer crap out.
yeah. It was starting to
And
chug.
if your processor is too weak, then it just probably won't load at all.
I mean, I was able to load. I was able to like mess with some guns and stuff. I wasn't able to do some of the cool things that they did, but
You're talking about the demo specifically, though. That was slowing your computer down, though, right?
no, no. Like I actually like opened like a blank canvas and was
Oh,
starting to
really?
mess with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, because the Unreal Engine it's just free to download and use.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't realize it was a blank project that was like slowing your computer down, because it would make a lot of sense if it was like the demo that was slowing your computer down, because I mean that's pretty much a game, right? And then you're just like rendering it and building it and then playing it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's a customizable game.
Yeah, but my it's been a while since I have upgraded my computer, so it's been
Wow.
like maybe like well, I built my computer like 5 years ago, so maybe longer than that, maybe like 8. So it's it was a little taxing, but it's something I do want to look into because that would be kind of cool to like actually get good at that.
At the Unreal stuff. Yeah, like I mean, I think Unreal is going to be like one of our topics today, but another cool thing that about Unreal that almost made me go the Unreal route when I was deciding which engine I was going to use to make my game. Was that there's Unreal jobs for like animation and like Star Wars, like the Star Wars, like LucasArts. Is it LucasArts? Lucasfilms is the one that does.
Well, Lucasfilm does the movies.
Yeah.
LucasArts does the games.
Yeah, so like LucasArts, like obviously like they might need like Unreal developers, but Lucasfilms also, I think they have a use for Unreal developers too. Because if you remember, I don't know how many of us saw the how it's made for the Mandalorian, but like they have like that room that's basically generated in an Unreal engine, and it's super cool. Like I that's kind of like a dream job almost. Like that sounds freaking awesome.
They use that in Batman too.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
The volume or just
yeah,
Unreal
they use
generated?
the volume.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Disney's just making money off of it now just by renting it out to different productions.
Yeah, good. And so I think we all kind of know about it, but for the listeners at home, if you watch any of like the how it's made for like the Mandalorian, Disney has like this very cool. Is it like a circular room that's like made out of? It's basically made out of like a giant screen, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a 360 screen.
Yeah, so like when they're filming, they don't have to use any green screen. They don't have to use any. They don't have to like film in the actual area. They do have props and stuff still, but if you look at the show, you wouldn't notice that. Like I want to say at least most of the shots are just done in front of a screen where it looks like a real background.
It's cheaper.
Very cool.
Danger room.
Mm-hmm. And just the possibilities with that is just freaking crazy. I'm so interested in that, but yeah. Anyway, we'll probably get back to Unreal a little bit after the intro. But Justin, did you have anything else you wanted to speak on?
I don't think so. I think I covered it. Oh, and then I guess we all kind of played that blockbuster game that if you listen to the last podcast.
I forgot about that.
And my team is I am undefeated on so far in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So because even though I've only played it twice and won twice, but still the 2-time.
Yeah, we need to be careful getting to this topic because I think this could easily turn into like a bragging competition, you know. But I did have fun playing that game. And the only thing I'll say about it is I had fun, but I was clearly like one of the weaklings here in this podcast. I clearly have seen like some of the fewest amount of movies. Having said that, I still had loads of fun. Like that blockbuster game was seriously fun.
So
yeah,
No. Yep.
Nothing will beat the naked gun and the blazing saddles.
The blazing saddles.
Yeah.
That was a photo. Jonathan, you were the one that did that, right? You want to share with the audience?
I came in clutch right there. Like I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that was able to actually pull off getting a fourth one out of all of us, which was unexpected. But yeah, some of those things it's hard to explain. But I'm like,
what was your clue to Blazing Saddle? the listeners want to know.
I said because it was a quote, and I did not know a quote from the movie, so you can make up your own quote. I said, I believe I said,
it was like horse on fire.
I'm on a horse, and the thing you put on a horse, and it's on fire.
Yeah. And apparently that got the correct guess in like half a second. Not even a second. It was immediately. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We have Anthony with us joining too.
Yo.
Yeah. Do you are you ready with your nerd report already? You want to go next?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So basically I've been watching more anime lately. Started this one called The Book of Vantis.
Okay.
It's about a human that has powers of a vampire that reduces the vampire's powers.
So Morbius?
And then he helps save vampires from being corrupted.
Hold up a second. Are vampires in right now?
They've never left, George.
Go.
Is Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed going to be about vampires?
Hopefully.
No, they gotta make ninjas first, and then they're gonna do vampires. They're always like a step behind.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, I just realized that like vampires are coming up a lot recently, but yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Better than zombies, that's for sure.
I disagree, but
I like zombies.
I like zombies. Yeah.
This
but-
can be a whole topic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay to disagree on that. It's just a small thing, right? I just like zombies. Yeah. But anyway, as you were saying, Anthony.
And then the other one I'm watching, I really don't like it that much, just 'cause the main actor. I'm watching Moon Knight.
Okay.
What?
I don't like the actor. I don't like Oscar Isaac. He's, to me, I just don't like his face. I don't like his acting ability. It's just,
What else don't you like him in?
huh?
What else don't you
Star
like
Wars.
him in? Is it just
Star
His
like,
Wars.
face. Something about his face. I just,
yeah, but like, what made you not like him? Like, was it? It wasn't
Something
Moon Knight,
about
right?
his
I think
face
Watching him
makes
in
me
Star
wanna
Wars.
punch him.
Star Wars. I loved him in Star Wars.
Isn't that the only?
Okay.
That's the
Isn't
only
he-
thing I know him from.
He's an X-Men.
Is he?
What is he in X-Men?
We're trying to defend him here, Justin. Don't bring up that garbage movie.
Who was he in X-Men?
He was the Apocalypse. He was the one in all the blue makeup.
That was him.
you couldn't
Oh,
even tell.
Yeah.
again, another reason why I don't like
You can't even blame him. He wasn't even the worst part of that movie. Everything else was.
Rude.
I don't.
The movie
think-
was bad.
I think it was an
Bad
okay.
It had
in every
Olivia
movie.
Munn. It had Olivia Munn in it. That's enough.
Olivia Munn's a babe. So how dare you?
Just because she's
Is
hot
she?
doesn't mean that she's a good actress.
I never said that, but she's a babe.
She's has been.
Well,
How
about
dare
Oscar,
you.
I feel
wish-
exactly like Anthony does, except the total opposite.
I wish that when G4 came back, they had brought back Allison Hayslip.
Oh. See, I don't think I watched G4 is old enough to like to know like a lot of the hosts or hostesses that a lot of other people know, because like I think, yeah, this is like a little off topic, but I mean I only really knew Morgan Webb, Candace Bailey, and Sarah Underwood, and that was
Morgan
that
Webb
the
was
only
hot.
three.
Who else did you need to know? Could have stopped after that first name.
I know Olivia Munn was on there too. I did know that she was on there.
Yeah,
But yeah.
the ones that I knew were Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn, and Allison Hayslip. Was like around the same time as Olivia Munn, and then after she left.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, I don't know how we got to this part. Oh, we went from Oscar Isaac to Olivia Munn to
Goddamn
G4.
Oscar Isaac. That's how we did it.
Yeah, freaking
Another reason
Oscar
why I don't
Isaac. Because
I'm
he
a
makes it-
hater.
Yeah, I don't see the hate, but I've only seen the first episode, and I was very interested. Yeah. Okay.
Second episode wasn't bad. It was a lot better,
A lot better.
but then again, I just don't like
It,
the character.
it had his face.
No, I just don't like the fact that he's the main
Oh, my
character. I
God.
hate it when main characters are whiny.
But you
That's
watch.
like 90% of anime protagonists, bro.
Very
It's
true.
not.
You
It's
said you
not,
you like Demon Slayer, right? Like there's two characters, two
I
main
really
characters
don't
in there
like.
that are whiny.
like-
I don't like Tanjiro.
Demon Slayer.
Oh, yeah, you told me
even
that.
the main character. Like even the main character,
And the one who I like is the
the Doorhead,
yep,
Inosuke. Yeah.
whatever his name
Inosuke.
is. Inosuke. Everybody likes Inosuke.
I like him too.
because he's a savage.
Deku is whiny, but he
I don't like
gets
Deku
cooler.
either.
He grows, but like I think it's okay to have a character that's whiny if you plan on making him grow into a stronger character. Like
But when they're constantly whiny through vast majority of the time, no.
You need
I
to
mean-
step up and be a hero, right?
It's 2 out of 6 episodes. Relax.
They're already a third away of being shitty.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Congratulations,
we
Disney,
also
you
like
played
anime.
yourself. Oh yeah, animes. I love anime because
I don't.
I love it. Yeah.
We like real stories here.
We
Yeah, you-
we come
Mr.
for the.
Dis-
Sometimes we come for the fan service, but we stay for the plot.
you guys can discuss your anime.
Speaking
But
of
that's pretty much about it. I've been playing WoW. Currently playing WoW.
speaking of anime, Attack on Titan, are they doing another pause? for the
No,
for the final season?
their final episode's a 2-part.
I saw IGN put an article that like final season part 3 is like next year.
Yep, that's what I heard too.
What? Part
Yeah.
3?
Final season part 3. Can you believe that?
Hey,
Just-
hey, Walking Dead's doing that right now too.
Just give
Oh.
us the last episode already. I thought it was gonna be done this Sunday.
I don't know. I think there's more than an hour's worth of Attack on Titan left, just based on
But
like the
there's
progress.
a lot left to do. That's what they get for putting in a lot of filler and backstory.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Levi's still jacked up. I don't want to get into spoilers, but yeah, there's like a, yeah, it's starting to almost look like the Game of Thrones thing, where it's like, how are they gonna wrap this up in like one episode? You know.
So
But,
part 3 of the
As
final
long as they do
season
it
is
right
just
and
one
don't do
episode.
it like a Game of Thrones.
I don't know. But I know for sure they're going to do like an hour's worth of like finale. You know what I mean? I heard that the last episode was going to be an hour long, and I don't know if that's what you were referring to, Anthony, when you said a two-parter.
Yeah,
it
it's
could
a
be
two-parter,
that.
I mean,
Yeah, I know that for sure, but I don't. I'm trying to say that I think that there's more than 1 hour's worth of show left. I think because they haven't wrapped up a lot of things. Yeah, unless because if they said that there was like one more episode, then pretty much like there's gonna be a giant fight for like an hour long, and that's gonna be like the episode. That's what it seems like. It. I haven't read the manga. Listeners, don't spoil it for us. I don't want to be spoiled by the manga, even though I freaking love that anime. Anyway, we should probably move on.
The first person that actually responds to our Twitter is gonna spoil the anime for you.
I know. It was.
Don't worry,
gonna
no one responds.
It was Aaron. Okay.
One day. One day.
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all I've been doing.
Okay. And that brings us to Jonathan. What did you got for us?
Oh God.
More triangle strategy.
Yeah.
Oh my
I won't talk a lot about triangle strategy. I am still playing it. Knocked down another 10 hours. I'm at 43. Got to my first decision where I actually normally it's like I have 2 decisions for one of the major decisions. Now I have my group is like split up into 3, so I feel like I'm really close to the end. Because it's about to hit climax, but I have to choose one of 3 paths. And one is a pretty brutal route, and one is the sneaky route, and one is the route if you pick it, it's going to be very difficult. I also watched some anime. I started and finished because Netflix only does like 10 episodes. It's an anime called Kotaro Lives Alone. It's kind of funny, but also very, very depressing at the same time.
Whoa.
It's about a 4-year-old kid that lives in an apartment by himself, and his neighbor kind of like helps take care of him and show him like the world, and you kind of find out what happens to him, why he ends up living alone in his house. It's pretty sad, but they do a really good job of They do a good job of like balancing like the sad parts with the comedic bits, but it's pretty good. What did he have to say?
Anthony, it looked like you had some opinions.
No,
He's
like I said, I'm
losing.
playing well, and so
Oh, okay. Your
Oh.
facial, yeah. It looks like
He's puckering.
you look like you were about to clap back at Jonathan or something.
no.
That's just how his face looks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your face was like saying like he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Ignore my facial expressions for like the next 2 minutes.
For the
Okay.
next hour.
Just block it out. And I've been doing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I've been watching. I mean, I always am doing Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and I never really bring it up. But I've been kind of trying to get the creative flow going. I want to create a new campaign. I was practicing cartography at work instead of working. I was in box office. It was really slow, so I was like, I had like some little tutorials, and I was like, okay. And then I was just creating my map. Did some forest and some mountain ranges and a river and a chasm with some towers and just like some preliminary stuff to try and get the style down. And I've been watching a lot of videos on not so much homebrew, but ways to improve the flow of the game and like to encourage better participation and role play. Just by adding like little mechanics like for instance, one of the guys I was listening to, he said, work the characters level up when they level up, instead of just giving them their abilities, work it into the plot. So like if you're a wizard and you want to at level 5 get fireball, maybe encourage them to, have them get firebolt in the beginning as a cantrip, and then when they're using that spell, instead of just doing damage, you'd be like, okay, if you focus on the spell while you're casting it and do like a spell roll, you can like use some effort to change the spell past what it would normally do. So instead of just hitting them, maybe it'll pop off and like do some splash damage to a nearby enemy. Like there's a progression, instead of you're just like, okay, I hit level 2, I get these abilities, I hit level 3, I get these abilities. Like you have a natural progression. And there was another example he used where if you have a tempest, it's a storm herald barbarian, I believe, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Instead of just giving them their lightning powers, they're like, okay, either something in their backstory gives them that electrical ability, or maybe you have them fight a lightning elemental and then they just get completely walloped by it, and as a result they take in that electricity, and that's where they get their power from. And just other ways to like kind of reward better participation and role play like that.
You know
Or
what?
like,
Oh, go ahead, Justin.
no, I was just gonna say like your artificer who hates fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm telling you, I'm about the roleplay, like the style over stats. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And you could do both. And so he like there's two that I was kind of listening to. I was listening to Critical Role. They had their 2-part one shot. I only got to listen to the first part because they're both like almost 5 hours. But I listened to all of it today while I was driving around. And then tomorrow I got to go back to Sacramento, so I'm probably going to listen to the other half. And so I was catching up on that. But one of the guys I started listening to recently is Matt Colville. He's a fantasy author, and he's also a DM. So he had some like really insightful stuff because he's been playing D&D since first edition, and he's also a writer, and so it's kind of different from someone that just plays the game, where you can get insights from someone that's plays the game and also writes professionally. And his videos I recommend probably. They're well put together, and he doesn't put ads on them because he has books, so he'll just plug his books. He's like, if you want to support me, just go buy my books.
Yeah.
He doesn't put any ads or anything in, or have any sponsorship in his stuff. Anything that he plugs is stuff that he personally uses and recommends. And then DM Coach, he has a lot of good like homebrew ideas. But he's like just a smaller content creator. But
we normally we recently did a one shot, and there was a rule that I heard somebody say that I kind of like, more because of role playing. I'm sure like it would upset some people, but his rule was when it's your turn in combat or like in a role playing situation, you get like 5 seconds to make a decision, and if you don't, then like you missed your chance, and like the story goes on and the battle goes on. You miss your turn. And
We've
I
tried
like that.
it.
I like that.
We've tried it. I have timers.
yeah, and the reason I like that is because like it's also it makes sense like role play wise too, right? Like if you're in the middle of battle and like you get cold feet or something like that, or you get like stunned, like the Flash from Justice League or something, you miss your turn, like you missed your chance to like save your team or do damage or hurt someone, so
A lot. Some people will because I was actually looking at that stuff when we were having time issues, I'll say, in our campaigns where people are taking too long. A lot of people on Reddit were like, do timers, do like 30 seconds or like 15 seconds. So I had bought a hold. It was like $10 for like a bunch of different timers on Amazon. And then, if time runs out and you haven't picked anything, then you just take the dodge action. So you're not completely fucked,
Okay.
but like if you need to help your guys out, you missed your offensive chance and you're just taking a defensive stance because you couldn't figure out something to do.
Or
Right.
your teammate takes dodge action and you die in your next round, and then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, well then you have to try and figure out what to do from there.
That's why you just hack everyone down and you don't have to worry about it.
I know.
You
It
don't
must
have
be
to be murder hobos.
it must be
Murder
easy
hobo
to
everyone. That's all you gotta do.
yeah.
Sometimes you take little orphans and you turn them into assassins, or raise them up to be assassins, and
That's
leave
called-
them to protect a Hydra.
Okay.
Sometimes you just do that.
Anthony's the type of character that takes slaves.
Oh,
It's not slaves. Her family was dead,
and
all right,
unethical.
and
Just-
I took her in and raised her to be one of my own. So right now she's waiting for my pet Hydra to hatch, and she's gonna raise it, and it's gonna be her guardian. And
That whole storyline got like thrown out.
Oh, that
campaign started out really good, and then it kind of just like
doesn't sound like slavery to me. That sounds fine.
exactly right. I even
No,
hired a
it was-
maid. I even hired a maid to help them out too.
Hey, the maid is probably the slave.
She's
If
paid though.
anybody.
She's paid. Slaves don't get paid.
That's called an essential worker.
Little does that maid know she's going to be turned into a Hydra food, but I mean, that's no one needs to know about that.
Anthony is a fair employer. Yeah.
He treats
You're
them
Work hard,
you,
all
you-
horribly.
you didn't clean the house right. Now you're being fed to my pet Hydra.
you'd be like, oh, I have a special assignment. Can you go clean out the basement?
That's fair.
And then-
It's fair.
So we were going to talk about Unreal
Sorry.
a little bit. And Justin, I know you watched it, but I believe Jonathan, you watched a little bit too.
What of what?
The Unreal showing.
Yeah.
So let's
done.
transition.
I'm done,
So
by the
let's
way.
go.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
well, no, I mean, we could start the transition here. I haven't watched it, but I maybe have some input about just Unreal in general still. But I'd like to hear about what your guys' thoughts were, because I know they did put
It
on a good show
was
last year.
Amazing.
So,
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Also,
Also-
5 stars.
wait, was it last year
Yeah.
or 2 years ago when they had that crazy Unreal 5 showing? I think it was 2 years ago now.
I mean, the last 2 years kind of blended together, so it might as well have just been one extra large year.
Mhm.
Well,
And
they
so-
said they released it in May, I believe, last year, obviously, because May was.
Yeah.
It was May or June of last year, and they've just now publicly, or not publicly, like officially announcing it, like
I
a
think
couple days ago.
You know what I think is
they
crazy?
announced it. I think they announced it 2 years ago because I remember watching it like during peak COVID when we couldn't like go out and do shit.
What I think is crazy about Unreal is that it gets like the most like public recognition when there's like a cool game that looked really good on Unreal comes out. You know what I mean? Like you guys are just posting in the chat like that the next Tomb Raider is going to be made in Unreal 5.
Right.
Yeah, like when Fortnite's going to Unreal 5, it gets like people talk about it, right? And I think it's kind of weird that like I don't hear that kind of the same type of news with any other engine. Like Unity's the other free or asterisk free game engine that's out there, but I guess they don't make as good looking games. That's not true. It can make them, but I guess I guess photorealism is like more the focus of Unreal, so I guess it's kind of easier on Unreal. But
I was gonna
yeah,
say, isn't Unity used for like smaller games and like
Yeah, like
more
basically
stylized?
mobile sometimes too. But even
yeah,
then, a lot of people use Unreal for some mobile games as well.
yeah. I mean,
Well, they had some stuff.
supposedly Unity can do like the photorealism stuff now pretty good too, but maybe it has to do with just the fact that Unreal had like a head start with like that, like the really good looking graphics, the realistic graphics. Um, I guess
I
people
think
just
they've
don't.
just been around. They've been around longer. People know the
Yeah,
Unreal name.
they trust it. It's something that they
I
go
guess
with
they
what they
have, huh?
know.
I didn't think about that either.
Because I mean, what Unreal Tournament, the original one was like what, early 2000s or like late 90s?
I think it was late '90s to
That's
be
right.
honest.
Great games. Those are games that they should remake. To be honest, that should be like the
Unreal
Unreal
Tournament
5.
was insane.
Yeah, yeah,
Just imagine if they dropped Unreal Tournament 2023.
yeah. Well, was there
No
anything
life.
cool that you saw from from the showing? I think Justin already brought up that Fortnite was in Unreal 5 now, or they at least have like
Hmm.
a build with Unreal 5. How's that looking? And how do you play that? Or can you play it right now, or is it just a video?
He's playing it right now.
Oh, does Justin want to say it for himself?
Oh, how do you play it? Well, no, I know. I know. I mean, like I said earlier, my computer couldn't really handle it, but they kind of just showed which like in the thing they showed like this demo where this guy where he obviously got like and how you it comes with its own like what first person shooter or you can do it from first person, third person, or top down,
Hmm.
and then so like he showed that like just pretty much what it could do, and it like kind of reminded me when I took Maya in college. So like literally like
Yeah.
all he did was move the lighting, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, you can just like literally grab the sun and the what was the program that they originally announced when they did the canyon? It was like Luminous or something Luminous, right? Something like that.
It was
Oh, I know
something
what you're
like that.
talking about. Yeah, yeah. I think it was something. You're luminous, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
and so
not. I'm
you
not
grab
perfect
the
by what's up.
sun.
Yeah.
You grab the sun, and as you move it around, the lighting like shifts dynamically in the field, where like because it's kind of like it kind of looks like a shopping mall, kind of like for they showed the demo game that you can like tweak around, and so you just like whoop going around, and it just like shifts all the light and the shadow, and it just looks really good.
If I if I could like knew how to work with the program better, I would like mess with it more. But like I was messing with it, like I said earlier, and there was just so much, and it was kind of overwhelming. I mean, I guess it's not overwhelming if you kind of know the program, but it was kind of overwhelming, like first stepping into it, and I'm like, wow, there's like so much to do, and but it looked really cool, and it's I don't know, like I think like I said, I downloaded Fortnite. I know it's not the peak of its Unreal Engine, but like you can totally tell the difference from when it wasn't on this engine to the new engine.
Mark 5.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What where do you see the differences though? Like, is it in like textures or shadows or?
It's kind of like everything. So like you can just tell like
Yeah.
the fluid of how everything runs is just so much smoother, and like everything just looks crisper and cleaner, and like it just looks better. I
Um,
mean that's
I'm excited for the Unreal 5 jiggle physics.
The
chisel.
jiggle physics.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of went over all their systems when they were talking about it. 'Cause they had the Luminos for the lighting, and then what was they have a program for the human models that look photorealistic. It's like uh, MetaHuman or something like that. Um,
Yeah, that sounds familiar. You might
and
be right.
you just you can just like pop it in, but it comes with like everything, so you can animate with it. You can, if you know code, you can code with it, but you don't have to code. You can tweak everything manually. And when he was going through the tutorial, or the tech demo, in that little arena for the demo, you can just grab like materials or textures, and just drop it in and change colors and textures just like on the fly.
I would say
And then
it was not as easy as it looks.
no,
'Cause I
well,
was just well, obviously they mess with it every day and help, like, not help develop it, they develop it so they understand how it works. But like,
Yeah.
I went
think
into
the
it and I was like, I wanted to just do what he did, and that was not the case.
I'm like, I want to create a floating light up ball. Like when he threw that thing in, it reminded me like that first week of Maya, when everybody's trying to create like Kamehameha waves and like Rasengan balls. Because that's what it looked like. It was just like a floating orb with like luminescent lighting, and he like shifted the sun and put it underneath the arena, so it went dark, and then the light came off the object and was like reflecting off of everything. And the cool thing is, and like, yeah, it does. I'm sure it's daunting, because I want to download it too. Like, it made me want to try it out. I don't know if my computer can handle it either, because mine's, when I built it, it was high spec at the time for the purpose of animation.
That's like
But
everyone's story, huh? About their computers. It was
yeah,
it was
but now
powerful
it's
at the
like
time, but now
The
it
early
was at the
2000s.
time,
yeah,
5 or 6 years ago.
yeah. But now I've been looking for a
Um,
graphics card for 3 years now, and it hasn't come along.
well, supposedly, with the consolidation of Ethereum, and they're
Mhm.
making it. It's gonna. I forget the term that they use it for, but essentially, they're going. It's proof of something, but essentially, it's going to be kind of like stock. So they won't really be able to mine for Ethereum anymore. They won't be able to mine for the crypto, and so you're gonna see a lot of these people that had a ton of cards that are gonna try and like dump them
Nice. It's gonna be
before the new cards come out and drop the prices. So
it's gonna be
we
market
could see
saturation. Yeah.
we could see in the next 4 or 5 months a complete flip on the cost of GPUs.
Good.
Just so hopefully, and
Time
I'll
to get
be there.
time to get my
Me
dual
too.
390s going.
But the good thing is that even though it does look daunting, they did advertise they have a complete library of tutorials to teach you how to use Unreal 5, like whatever you want to do. And then more people, if they want to, add something to it, anybody can add something to it if they, like, oh yeah, this is how you do this little trick here. And so it's going to just be this extensive library of like tutorials and tips and tricks that like, it's going to make Unreal 5 probably the most accessible engine to work with, and immediately. It'll probably take a couple years for people to like get it, but
There's
I,
already
I
there's already like people who are not like,
there's already a bunch of developers working on it. Like, they
yeah,
showed like 50 developers, I think. I was kind of like glancing at it. I didn't get to see everybody, but it's like when Xbox announced the purchase of Bethesda, and they had the whole wall of all the studios that they got from the deal. It was that kind of like that situation where they just like, oh yeah, and they talked about um, CD Projekt Red, and like they're using it for the next Witcher game, and they talked about Coalition, and how that's going to affect the next Gears of War, and uh, Crystal Dynamics is using it for the next Tomb Raider game, and I wouldn't be surprised because I believe they're making Beyond Good and Evil, right?
Oh.
Coalition,
Mm-hmm.
or is it No, it's not Perfect Dark. Crystal Dynamics is helping Coalition make Beyond Good and Evil 2.
For anyone wanting to learn a game engine, the way I did it was I just wanted to make something, and for every step that I didn't know how to do, I basically just YouTubed like a video on how to do it, and like slowly I just started getting like all this stuff on how to do something that I wanted to make. Like a little bit different from tutorials. I mean, tutorials is like almost like the same thing, but the difference is um, I basically know where my goal is, and I want to make this. And if I'm like missing like knowledge pieces on how to get there, I just looked up a bunch of YouTube videos, and I use Unity, and I was lucky that like there's so many Unity tutorials. I'm sure there's for Unreal too. Like they think they're both equally adopted by smaller creators. Yeah.
Well, there was like they were like kind of promoting to show that the community, like they were showing a bunch of like maybe just people who are just messing with it, like maybe me or Jonathan would want to do, and they were just kind of showing what they have, and some of that stuff looked really good as well.
They had a sizzle reel, and like some of it was like really photorealistic, and they did have some cartoony stuff in there too. It wasn't all just like, human, like really like.
Fortnite is really cartoony.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was like, Fortnite is really cartoony.
Yeah. Speaking of Fortnite, since they have like that no build mode now too, which apparently is permanent, I think it's so funny that like the current game that's making them money and like getting the players is getting further and further away from like what they launched with. Like first they had zombies, and like they had zombies in building, and nobody like apparently I liked it actually.
That was supposed to be the single player.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It was supposed to be a single player campaign that then they're like, okay,
or
well,
co-op.
We're gonna release.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was gonna be like as those wave zombie shooters that were in the Call of Duty games, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like more cartoony.
Yeah, and they always had like the live service thing in mind too. That's the part I did.
Well, they released it because it wasn't gaining traction, so they're like, okay, we're gonna do with the game like, what's that fucking other zombie game that
Left 4
the
Dead?
other big one? No. The other
Dead Rising.
The other battle royale one that was like really big.
A zombie battle royale?
H1Z1?
I don't think it was.
Oh, the H1Z1.
It was H1Z1, and then there was the other one right after it. It wasn't zombies, but
I can think of like Arma 2 or PUBG or something.
PUBG. It was PUBG. That's not zombies, but like they
yeah,
created.
You threw us all off. What the? There's no zombies in that game.
I was thinking
zombie
zombies,
game.
But
that's what I was thinking.
But they're like, we're gonna make PUBG, but we're gonna make it more stylistic with the building, and we're gonna do this live service to try and fund the solo campaign, and then the multiplayer just took off, and they're like, oh, we don't need this anymore. We're just gonna we're gonna pivot.
Yeah, that's what I think is funny. Yeah, pivot. That's what I think is funny because Fortnite launched as a basically like defense, like a build your base defense type of game against zombies, and then they took out zombies, added a battle royale multiplayer. People loved it, and then now they're basically taking out the building out of it, and people are just loving it as like a normal shooter battle royale. So like the current state is that it's in right now, I'm hearing like so many good things about it, but it doesn't have a building it launched with. It doesn't have the zombies it launched with. It doesn't have like a lot of those like microtransactions that it launched with, even though they do have like different sorts of skins and microtransactions now. But yep, I just think that's funny. But I mean, good for them. I mean,
Very
they're
least.
they're lucky that they're able to do that. Like some games just die and no one plays them ever again.
Well, the thing that I think it's the reason why it's working is because they update it so often. A lot of these live service games, they go months without new content. Like Fortnite doesn't go months. They like update it every week
Yeah.
and they add
Well,
new content all the time. And that's
yeah.
what keeps people engaged.
Well, I don't know how much more popular Fortnite is than like Warzone and Apex right now, but those are still very popular games, and I think they do get updates as well. But at the time that like Fortnite blew up, I think I do agree with you because like PUBG was like known for being like a buggy and like a mess, you know. And PUBG was supposed to be an improvement off of uh, whatever game was before that it was like inspired by some mod or something like that, which was even worse than PUBG.
I think it
And
was H1Z1.
I think it was I think it was an H1Z1 mod, right? And
Yeah.
and I think at the time Fortnite was the battle royale that had like the smoothest controls and it was at least the least buggy. And I think that's what attracted so many people to the
It
battle
was
royale at first.
it was cleaner looking too because
Yeah.
PUBG looked janky as all hell.
Mhm.
It didn't look good at all. It still doesn't really look good.
Yeah.
Now with the new Unreal Engine 5, it looks even better. Wink, wink, sponsor.
Sponsorship.
Sponsor us, Epic, please. Yeah.
Send people, teach us, send us to Unreal College.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I feel like when you were talking about the whole Fortnite with the building, the whole like defense is what kind of drawed me into that game. And then
Yeah.
now that, like you said, it doesn't have that, it makes it a little bit interesting. And
Mhm.
I was playing it a little bit earlier, and now it's just weird to like, I want to build and I can't.
Yeah. Too bad Alvaro wasn't here. He probably has stuff to say about Fortnite too. I think he was playing it a little bit.
Yeah, he was trying to get those dubs.
You probably beat it all, if there's any way.
He wasn't
No,
here.
no.
Oh,
Platinum.
he found a way.
Yeah.
Uh,
Max, I don't know how much of this is up your alley, but do you?
None of it.
None.
None of it. I just
Yeah.
like listening. You guys are educating me this episode.
Yeah.
You-
I mean,
you-
I'm into Unreal. I'm not into Fortnite. Like, I kind of almost vowed to never play Fortnite after they changed the whole game away from zombies because I did like the zombie mode. But
No, I mentioned it on the Star Wars episode, but I think it was Unreal that did that Matrix demo.
oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
them.
I did that. I thought it was very cool. Very
Yeah,
fun.
they talked about it too.
Yeah,
That was one of the things they talked about.
Yeah, I was
But-
just
but
gonna
I-
say that.
But I do not have the patience to sit there and try to create something from scratch. So I'll just watch whatever Justin makes.
You can make one of those. Have you ever scrolled across like one of those TikToks or videos that
No.
they're like the perfect machines, you know, like somebody animated it and like I think it's like Unreal or some game engine or something.
Don't-
Have you seen
I don't
those
think
perfect
so.
those perfect machines? You know, like where there's like a cylinder or something. For example, you know, like there's like a cylinder with like 4 slits or something like that, and there's like a pendulum that like swings and like when it comes this way, it like perfectly swing into like the
Oh,
thing. You
yeah.
know? Like
Mhm.
like those perfect machines.
Oh yeah.
I think they're made in like, or at least they could be made in like the game engine or something like that.
Well,
No,
they have
but-
those other videos where it's like the
marble rolling
ball
down?
falls.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it like does the music. That's all animated. It's not. I mean, it looks real,
Yeah,
so
like
it
that,
might be done in Unreal.
like that
but,
video where like they did the Jurassic Park theme song where that bowling ball
Yeah.
was rolling on top of the chickens. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
was like generated too.
It was all animated. It looked real, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I want to be the sound guy for that video. Just like have a chicken like, yeah, just. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I think they actually pulled that sound from a YouTube video. The guy actually did the.
Oh,
Jurassic Park.
it's a hey.
Go play Jurassic Park. Go.
Yeah, we can make a chicken dubstep band.
Let's not
Close.
hurt the viewers' ears with that.
No, that was beautiful, Anthony.
His chicken has a deeper voice.
I felt like I was watching Jurassic Park for the first time.
It's no
Yeah.
Jurassic Park kazoo cover.
Yeah, but those are, I mean, those are like the cool things that you can do with the Unreal Engine, or I guess any game engine if you learn how to make it. I mean, I know it's not for
I
everybody, but
think,
it's interesting to me.
yeah, it was really cool. And I think where it's gonna pull out of ahead is the fact that they're not just pushing it for gaming, they're pushing it for movies and TV shows too, because that's what they did talk about, Unreal in movies.
Hmm.
And you're not going to see a lot of other game engines that are going to go into all forms of, you know, visual media.
Hmm. Unreal has
So,
some clout behind it too, because kind of connected to what I was saying earlier, like as a game maker too, uh, it almost catches people's attention just to say that their game was made in Unreal Engine, right?
yeah,
Like, yeah, like check out this game made in Unreal Engine, and then like everyone's like, oh really? Like, oh man, this looks freaking sick, you know?
You
It
should throw
looks
that
yeah,
in,
every
throw that at the start of your game.
Cool.
Yeah, but
Unreal,
mine's made
yeah,
in Unity though.
Yeah.
I would have problems.
every time someone was like remaking an old N64 game in the Unreal Engine, it would like pop up
Yeah.
and would be like
Yep.
newsworthy, like remaking Mario 64 in Unreal, remaking Orcana of Time in Unreal.
Yeah, they definitely got some clout behind them.
so.
Um,
What I think you do is you make like a title screen in the Unreal, and then you just have all that promotion.
yeah, just type it in Times New Roman as a starting
Yeah.
screen on, and then it goes to the Unity screen where it says powered by Unity.
Do it
Yeah.
like the Legend of Zelda: Link's
Yeah.
Awakening,
It's
where
gonna.
like the beginning intro is like this really nice video,
Mhm.
and then it switches down to like chibi graphics for the actual gameplay.
It's gonna look like one of
And
my
so you just,
PowerPoints from elementary school. That's what it's gonna look like.
it's,
The slide is gonna say like made with Unreal Engine, like I said, Times New Roman.
Click.
It's gonna have like a gradient in the background.
It'll have a throwback feel to it.
Yeah.
do an actual edit it to make it look old timey, and add the sound for like a actual slideshow with the film running in the background, and like click, kind of like in Portal 2, the
Mhm.
Cave Johnson area.
Yeah, and to the listeners at home, like to get a feel for what we're referencing right now, I do have a game studio called Dogma Games. Dogma spelled with a U at the end, and I'm making a platformer game that's getting near ready to I would say it's getting near alpha state right now. And if I can also plug the Twitch channel, we have a Twitch channel for our Last Time Online, and we game together sometimes. We're a load of fun to watch game and watch like rage at each other and rage at kids online. And it's
Troll.
twitch.tv/ Last Time Online. And there, I think I did a successful plug that time.
He did.
Let's give it
Yeah.
up.
Hey, you know what I was actually kind of thinking today with
Hmm.
the whole kind of Unreal Epic Fortnite thing is like when they've kind of become like Steam now, right? And I was like, I wonder if like George would want to put his game on there. I was like, maybe they only do like they
Right.
don't do like the 8-bit kind of games like you
So
kind of have, or
yeah. So this gets
Or-
into a yeah. There's like a big discussion on this too. It's like there's definitely trade offs, right? Because Epic Games, their whole thing when they started up was that they'll take a lot less of a cut from your game revenue, like a lot less, right? But the thing that you miss out on is like the like the like you almost have a chance to go viral on Steam better. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because
But
like
you
if
don't
you
have the user feedback.
on Epic, you mean?
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
the user feedback, so
Yeah.
for better or for worse, people can talk about your game
Yeah. So I
on
mean,
the page.
I can put it on both, but likely if I have a chance of going viral and becoming a hit, it's probably for PC anyway. It's going to be on Steam because, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'd love anyone to correct me and like learn me how to how to sell my game better. But yeah, it seems like
Buy
it
his
seems
game,
to,
make him go viral.
yeah, it seems to be like on Steam, if you went, like you have a chance to go viral because the more people that buy your game, and if they rate it too, like you can get boosted by having good ratings. You can get boosted by just the fact of um, of having people buy your game. It can kind of get boosted to the front page, just like a TikTok could. If people are watching it a lot. There's other ways it can get boosted too.
Probably
Yeah.
the best way, just give out game codes to streamers, like big name streamers.
Oh, to big name streamers, yeah. That's one thing, yeah.
One thing right here.
Yeah, one thing you shouldn't do though is like just give out like free Steam keys to like random people just to say play the game though, because apparently when you do that, their reviews don't count in Steam. So yeah, it's like a negative against that, but it does get like if you like it could be like beneficial if you got streamers to play too. Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing I should do too. Like I already know like of like one or two streamers that I probably would try to reach out to when it's getting near finish, but yeah, it depends.
The Queen.
Is that you tried to the Queen? Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to, but we all know.
Yeah, no, actually, not the Queen, but in her vicinity is I don't know if you guys know who Lily Pichu is. Dude.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's talented, right? She has like she has a voice acting voice. She does music too, and I was like wondering if I ever convinced her to like do music for my game or something like that, then I can just boost my game for saying like, hey, some of the music is done by her, and that's like an automatic boost. But yeah, the dream someday.
The dream.
Yeah.
Ever make our theme song for the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we need more clout though. So if the listeners can like, subscribe,
Either clout or money.
Yeah.
Both.
I mean, both. Yeah.
What? ¿Por qué no los dos?
I meant like I meant money and like we have to spend money.
No, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to spend money though, right? Like, I mean,
We can spend George's money.
spend my money.
Yeah,
George's new money.
Our sponsor money.
Yeah, George's new money.
Hey, we still think that's the plan. Nobody's asked, so that's why they've never sponsored anybody.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's nearing time where we could wrap this episode up. But before I do, does anybody have any last thoughts about anything we've discussed today, or want to throw in anything like quick to end off with?
Yeah, I just, while we were kind of talking about indie stuff, I don't think any of you watched the Nintendo Life indie spotlight that was this afternoon. It was like a 15-minute thing. They did like 7 or 8 games, just like boom, boom, boom. There was a couple of like really good indie games in there, and I think they said, oh, this is when it's coming out on the Switch, but the games that were cross-platform, like on Xbox and PlayStation, it showed what they were playing. But there was one of them, it was like Super Kiwi 64, and it looked like it looked like Banjo-Kazooie. Like you're a little Kiwi, and you're running and the graphic style looks like the old 64 games, and you're running around going through rings and collecting little gears and going on all the platforms and stuff. And there was a game called A Little to the Left, which is a puzzle game, but it's really an OCD game, because like the whole thing of the game is you're trying to like, the puzzle is to organize everything in like a perfect like pristine thing, and then you also have to like there's a cat that comes in to try and fuck up your shit.
Damn.
So you have to try and finish the puzzle and get everything like perfect, and then like when the cat paw comes in, you like slap it, and then if like there's the example they use is like you have to try and sit the dinner plate, and the cat pulls the placemat underneath the plate, so you have to like fix everything back perfect.
That actually sounds like an addicting game.
It looked really like funny, and I was like, that's like low-key genius. And then like people that are like really like have that anal detail like itch. Like it's like perfect.
Got to get everything
There was a
pixel perfect.
game. There was a game called Brewmaster, which is a craft beer simulator, and it pretty much the whole thing is creating beers and experimenting with the alcohol content and the flavor profiles and stuff like that. And so you just you go through. There's like the whole thing is just a garage, and you can buy equipment and upgrade it and you want to make beer and sell it for profit and stuff like that.
See, that sounds
And then
that almost sounds like a fun game, but then I realized that I would be just
You don't drink it.
Yeah, I would just be unsatisfied that like, oh,
You can't drink it.
I can't taste my creation. You know,
it looks really in detail though. Like maybe and they actually researched how to do actual beer craft.
Mhm.
And so maybe it'll be a digital tutorial, and you can take the knowledge you learn from the game and make beer.
Maybe it's like the developers like master plan to crowdsource people learning how to create the perfect beer recipe, and they're collecting our data.
And then boom, and then they just release a beer.
Yep.
There was a game called The Spirit and the Mouse that kind of reminded me of Chibi Robo, where you kind of have to like help people, and you're this little mouse, and the spirits are like electric, and you're like running around, and you do stuff with the electricity, and the little level they showed was this dude's cable went out, and you have to try and find the spirits to fix the electricity, to fix the cable so he can keep watching TV.
Okay.
It looked fun. There's a lot of good. There was only a couple of them, but there was a few like good stuff in there, and the fact that Nintendo Life isn't actually like they're their own like their YouTube channel, but they're also like kind of like Kotaku, like their actual like news website that just is Nintendo centric.
Sounds like one that I actually should have watched, but I'm kind of behind on stuff right now. I still need to watch the latest Moon Knight episode and the amazing Halo show.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch it like I want to.
Amazing Halo show. I'm gonna do a deep dive into that show when I finish it. But I think I'm watching it on streaming Paramount, so I think that I'm getting like the episodes delayed. Because I think I'm like 2 episodes behind like when they get aired.
Isn't Paramount all streaming?
I don't know, but
they don't show it on. They don't have it on TV.
I thought it was only on Paramount. Like.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's only Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Only Paramount.
Because I'm not sure, but I think if I looked right now, there'd only be 2 episodes up right now, and I know some people saw like 2 episodes already when I saw the first one, so I don't know. Maybe
it might be like reviewers, because
yeah, that's what
I know for Moon Knight they gave the reviewers the first 4 episodes.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
That's not fair.
We'll get there one day.
Yeah, that's where
we'll get there,
guys.
And surely Anthony will come around.
This
and
is
a
prime
year from
content.
now, we'll be able to walk the red carpet.
Yeah, Paramount, get on it. Send me the full Halo series. Okay, and send us. And Disney, get on it. Let's give us all. We all watch pretty much all the Disney shows, right?
I can wait weekly.
Full unbiased opinion.
No, actually, true. I do like the weekly releases, unlike Netflix. But yeah, Justin, what were you saying?
I like certain stuff to binge. It just depends on what it is.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
Oh, I just said fully unbiased opinions.
Oh yeah, I think so. Unbiased. Like, I mean, we disagree with each other all the time. I mean
yeah.
I mean, I disagree with Anthony on pretty much everything.
Yeah, Anthony didn't.
True facts.
Anthony doesn't like Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
Are you guys going to play the Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars game? I was talking with Max at work, but I forgot I was going to bring it up. It's supposed to be like the most comprehensive Star Wars game. Like,
I have heard of that. Yeah, but realistically, I'm probably not going to play it.
Really good.
I do agree it's probably a good game, but realistically, I probably wouldn't play it. I'm just turned off. I'm turned off by like.
Turned on.
Yeah, always. But
yeah.
But
I have the perfect game for you. It's
you must have been thinking of Oscar Isaac.
It's too sandboxy for you, George?
I don't know. it's a little goofy looking to me, and sometimes that just
Supposedly
turns me
it's
off.
hilarious.
Have you ever
Yeah,
played a
yeah.
Lego game before?
Me, I
Lego
played
games
a,
are fun.
Got the perfect game for you, George.
I played a demo before. It was actually a Lego Star Wars game actually, and
I said the Lego Star Wars one I used to play at Target all the time was actually pretty fun.
No, we found that Indiana Jones Lego game for was it the DS or the 3DS that one time in a parking lot?
The thing that kills me about, like, not kills me, but it's what's great about Lego games is when somebody dies, they just like break up into little like, I guess, blocks, and then they become your currency, and then you're just like, well, that's a little weird.
Yeah, there was a video clip of someone running around as Anakin killing younglings, and they were dropping currency.
Okay, this is okay. Gotta put a disclaimer on the beginning of this episode. Now, watch out, children.
That's how he wins.
I mean, if you
I saw him on the hologram.
they had the
Killing the
crazy-eyed
younglings.
version of Anakin too, because like I think there's like 200 or 300 characters you could unlock, and I'm pretty sure it's like different versions of the same character, right? So like a little kid Anakin, and like maybe Star Wars or Episode 2 Anakin, and then like they have the Anakin with the crazy eyes because he's evil, and so like they're using it for the thumbnail where it's just like and he's just like has the sunken in eyes, and it's all like red lines all over the place.
That's what he looked like in the movie.
We're not allowed to make fun of him, and when he comes back, apparently the internet will get pissed off.
I'll wait and see, but I want to have faith in this Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So
Fingers crossed.
yes, but
I hope it's good for you guys.
oh yeah, you're not that much of a fan, huh? I forgot.
He hates Star Wars.
And it's overrated.
Because as our good friend,
Let's end the show on that note. Star Wars is
I
overrated.
know.
And it's not. How dare you?
I'm gonna have to edit that out so we don't lose
Yeah,
all of
we're
our
gonna-
all
it
of our
has to be,
viewers,
bro.
all of our
It has
listeners.
to be.
I'm kidding.
This is how we go viral.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, you're right. No publicity is bad publicity, right?
as my friend John Raffio says, it's the worst.
You
It's
gotta
not the
sing it. If you're gonna quote him, you have to sing it.
I wasn't gonna sing it.
Worst.
There we go. Bars.
This
Okay.
is the worst ending we've ever had.
Well, no. Well, you kind of said something about Rare right? Oh, well, not Rare. You said something about Banjo-Kazooie, and then when they showed up the
Banjo-Kazooie.
big list, yeah, they showed up a big old list of things that are gonna be on the Unreal Engine, and Rare was on there, and I'm like, ooh, Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie reboot.
What is
Seriously,
Rare?
look up Super Kiwi 64 later. You will not be disappointed. It looks fun and funny.
But that's all I had to say. And I was like, oh, I just thought Banjo-Kazooie, and that just feels good, man.
Okay, that is
The only
a
thing I have to add is I forgot about this in my nerd report. Awesome game called My Newborn Life in a Harem.
oh jeez.
You guys should look that up. Play
No,
it.
don't
Excellent
do it.
game. Excellent game.
Don't do it.
You come for the fan service,
Okay.
but you stay for the.
Clearly,
It's a game?
clearly
Yes, it
the
is.
last
It's
10
on
minutes
Steam.
of this show is more for the adults.
George, I think you would love it.
I
No,
thought,
no.
You like
I
those
thought
waifus.
George was gonna buy a Switch for the waifu game.
Perfect waifu game. Don't even need to buy a Switch.
What do you guys think?
Seven Pirates H.
Guys, I have to hold an image to the listeners.
There goes those Dogma pre-sales. Dogma
Ed?
pre-sales.
Hey, you at least have 6.
Yeah, guaranteed. I'll buy 2.
Yeah.
So you have 7 now.
Anyway,
Your copy will be $59.99 each.
I'll buy 2 of them.
Just-
God
Okay.
damn, that's expensive, George.
well, that's our episode, guys.
GG, game over.
GG. Thank you for listening to Last Time Online.
Please come back next time.
Yeah, make sure to come back next time online when we discuss and figure out which game is longer, Elden Ring or Triangle Strategy. Bye.
Elden Ring.